trust anybody. Everyone is lying, you know? So it's almost like you're better off presuming that everyone's lying. And on the outside, and then just kind of waiting until you know for yourself on the inside. So it gets tricky.
Amazing. I want to respond to that, but I gotta wait until Sunday for the biblical question. So the first reason you don't presume others innocent unless proven guilty is because it makes you feel better about being wrong.
Yeah.
And you said that was a two-part to it. What's the other?
Is that you're better off presuming that people are evil and people are lying and that people are guilty because more times than not, it's true that people are lying
Right.
and that they're evil, that most people are evil.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate that, Josh. Again, I'll put my little 2 cents in on Sunday. Is your life getting better as a result of paying attention to it? I'd say I'm better off than I was before I started, slowing down and observing things. Can you give me an example of one way it is getting better? It seems like it's just in general. I'm healthier. I'm not into as much drama as I used to be into. Nice.
Yeah, it's more boring, but it's healthier to live a more mundane life, but not up and down as much.
And how is it born?
It's not. Yeah, boring is healthy. So I'm not saying it like it's a bad thing, but yeah, it is. It's not. I used to be all into ups and downs and chasing all kind of pleasures and stuff.
Amazing.
Yeah, I'm growing up. I'm living more of a mature man's life, you know.
Stay with it. Stay with it. Stay with it.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Josh. I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
All right, thank you, man.
Bye, bud. 888-7753-773. Let me go to Spain.
What's going on, everyone? It's Midnight, your Uber driver here. We're headed to the postal office. I need to send in my paperwork for my CC.
Hey Jesse, how's it going?
All is well, Sean.
Good. Well, my question is how to deal with my father.
What's going on?
So he sort of steers his conversations that he has with me. I haven't talked to him in 2 years to give context. And I've just recently, forgiven him and stuff like that. I talked to him in person because I can't necessarily go to upstate New York from here, where I'm, in Spain right now. I've been doing okay so far, but over here, I've been here for 15 months. But the point is, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm listening. Go ahead.
Okay, sorry. So he always.
We are audio and video recording this ride for your safety.
This year, but I voted for Trump twice, and my dad always was. I recently reconvened with him, and I've forgiven him, and sort of had a weird reaction to me forgiving him, and sort of thought that I was more in the wrong anyway. But that's beyond the point. The point is, he always steers the conversation towards politics, no matter what, and it's like, yes, Trump derangement syndrome, and this is not only with my father, but
Sean.
it's like I
Sean.
talk.
Sean.
Yeah.
Hey, what's your question about?
What's going on, Sean?
Sorry.
Today we're just getting started. We're headed to the postal office. I'm sending in paperwork for my CC. But you missed it. As soon as you went to bed, the rider that I had, it was my last ride. He was upset because I didn't move up my chair. And I'm a big guy. I'm 6'5". So, you know, I'm like, sorry, sir. Like, this is how tall I am. Like, any closer, I would have difficulty driving. And once I dropped him, and I don't know if it was like his girlfriend or friend or sister, once I dropped them off, he slammed my door. So when he slammed my door, I was like, hey man, that was rude. Like, what's your problem? So he came up to my passenger door and he's like, well, when I told you to move up your chair, you didn't. I was like, yeah, I also told you that I'm 6'5". He was like, he wanted to argue with me. He's like, well, I'm 6'2", this and that, this and that. I was like, whatever, man. So he came around on my driver's side passenger window, and I don't fear him. I only fear God. Like, I don't fear anyone, whatever his actions were. So he's escalating the situation. I was like, man, I'm just gonna get out of here. So he started to threaten me, and as soon as he threatened me, I was like, man, like, you better back off. Like I told him I have a boom boom stick. So he was reaching out for his, and I was like, this is insane. So obviously I took off. If he actually did have a boom boom stick as well, I would have fired many times more than he would be able to even like take it out, because he was having difficulty with whatever he was doing, and just trying to grab it. So yeah, I was like, well, since I have a boom boom stick, I should probably make sure that I'm clear to actually carry it. So that was my night. Bear with me, guys. I'll be back in like 3 to 5 minutes.
Because he's not making you start having a conversation. Why do you blame him instead of blaming yourself?
Right.
Charging cable disconnected. Recording will stop after 2 minutes. Audio-video recording has stopped.
And we are back. Just got that shipped out. It was pretty easy, and only $1.77. Okay. Yesterday someone left their jacket. I don't remember what rider it was, but I'm gonna put this in my trunk because. So I'm gonna attempt to head to the car wash station to vacuum my car. It's honestly not bad. Oh,
We are audio and video recording this ride for your safety.
I did forget to buy the interior cleaner for my car. So we're gonna grab interior cleaner, but we're gonna leave Uber and Lyft on. It's not the biggest priority, but I'd like to get that done at some point today. So let's head there as we keep the apps on. Excuse me. I think the nearest target's like 5 minutes or so.
That was a question.
Well, because I guess it's because I see myself as right, and anyone, if anyone opposes that, it's sensitive. So, or it's just because of where I used to live in the States, it was the East Coast, and
And
What the?
I was watching Theo Vaughn. You guys know who Theo Vaughn is?
I sort of have this resentment towards
Sean.
Yeah. Sorry.
Why do you blame him that you, a grown man, and an individual, well, you're not quite an individual yet, but why are you responding and then you blame him because you go along with it? Why?
Why do I go along with it? I don't know, really.
And so why are you upset at him when you are your own problem?
Right, yeah, I get what you're saying.
No, that was a question.
I don't know the answer, Jesse. I don't know why I feel like you.
I understand. Why don't you start to pay attention to yourself? Put your eyes on you and not your father or anyone else so you can see what's driving you.
Right.
No, that was a question.
I'm sorry, chat from yeah, okay. I'll keep my focus on me and not, right. And it's funny how you can already tell that I'm not necessarily an individual. Shameful, I guess, but
Why, I'm asking, why is it that you're not keeping your eyes on you, but you're watching your father and everybody else and judging them? And here, you're out of control. You're being controlled by the world around you. You're being controlled by chat. You're not in control of your own life. Why not take control and become one with yourself?
because I've been burned in the past, I guess, and it's just I guess I don't trust myself in some sense.
Oh, so you have burned yourself?
Well, no, I got burned in the past, and I blamed it on myself, I guess.
And who got burned?
Me,
And who
was
are
in
you? Who are you?
63, what?
Who am I? It's who am I? Right.
No, that was a question.
I don't have the answer.
Can you hold?
Just turning on the tablet.
Yeah.
Hold on. 888-775-3773. 888-77-Jesse. Back in a moment. Steve, thank you for calling and thanks for holding. How have you out by the show.
I'm going to tell you this. I believe you might go down in history as one of the greatest, if not the greatest black man that ever lived on planet Earth, as far as I'm concerned. I don't know anybody before you that's been that great. You know, freeing slaves is one thing, when you've been freeing people of their mind, which matters, it should be anyhow to you more than anything else, because of the mind not being right.
I just saw the worst bumper sticker ever.
If you can doubt every thought because you're not your thoughts, if you can doubt every thought, knowing that you're not your thoughts, you don't create them, they're not from God, and they're from the deceiver, the great deceiver, Satan. If you can doubt every thought, you can be free, just like that. At an instant, bring every thought into captivity. It's so amazing.
What the?
Okay, welcome back. Manhood Hour is coming up in the next hour. The Hate Report is coming up at 9 a.m. this morning. Right after my show, and James Hake is on fire. That was good hair. You right. And after James Hake, Joe L. Friday TV. You blood, better known as on Kansas. And he has accepted Jesus as his Lord and Savior. Have you accepted Jesus as your Lord and Savior? What does that even mean? You know what I mean? Anyway, Joel Friday TV at 11 a.m. Pacific time. And at 4 p.m. the American Anchor Baby. A genius. He is such a genius. He made Elon Musk look dumb. It must be true. Energy individual cleaners. He is such a genius. He has never used the cleaners. Isn't that amazing? At 4 p.m. That's amazing. You never take your clothes to the cleaners. I think they're pretty smart, to be honest. You say smart? Yeah. What do these ripples say? And it said right over.
By the way, Sean, I'm going to take your advice at 1 hour or every hour, if I remember, restart the lives. I appreciate that tip.
The American Anchor Baby.
Because I do notice, like, the algorithm will be really high. And like I mentioned, I'm getting about two subscribers a day, which is amazing. I appreciate it.
Sean, how old are you?
And then I think I get one share,
29.
because we're at like 80 subscribers. And I think the end of this month I should hit 100.
2 weeks, almost 2 weeks ago.
Oh, okay. And so, who are you?
I don't know.
And why aren't you spending your time getting to know you rather than giving one thought about what others are thinking about you, or what your father, whether he is liberal, Democrat, whatever he might be? Why?
All right, so we're arriving to Target right now. I need to grab 2 items. In and out. Should be the same pace. Oh, well, we are getting a Lyft ride. Oh, it's $4? No, thank you.
Immature to you, maybe, but I have a.
See, listen to that, Sean. First mistake.
Sorry.
You should not even give it one thought how you sound to me or anyone.
All right, I get it.
Why are you doing that right now?
Sorry.
Why are you doing that right now?
It's like this. It's like this. no, it's like I constantly like.
We
I
are
don't know,
audio
it's
and
like I
video
constantly
recording
have
this
to
ride
make
for your
myself
safety.
suffer in some way. I don't know. It
And,
sounds a little bit nuts, but maybe that's it. That's my idea, I guess.
and who is the self that's doing the suffering?
Well, it's not me, right? So
But
it's
why
not
are you
me.
Charging cable disconnected. Recording will stop after 2 minutes. Audio-video recording has stopped.
spraying so much chemicals. Getting high in the night.
Right, because I'm not working home, that's why. Maybe because I'm tired.
We are audio and video recording this ride for your safety.
Why is it that you're not thinking about you? People don't love you. People don't care about you. That's why they want to hurt you, because they're miserable.
Yeah, exactly.
No, why are you paying attention to that? Why is it?
Because I put more faith in the external world than my inner one.
And why?
Because I've been led to believe that through some means that I'm not even fully aware of.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I would suggest that you pay attention to you and forget about the world. Give the world a finger, because human beings are wicked, they're evil. And the devil that's working in them rejoices when they think that they can give you pain. And they think
Right.
it's them that's feeling it, rejoice, but it's evil and rejoicing. Because evil lives off human beings by giving them pain. Because good pain or bad pain, they both are evil. So why, you're young. And if you were to start just working on you, forget about everybody else, you can have an amazing life for yourself. But you won't focus on you.
Right. I wonder, I think this is another question, but why is it that, maybe it's not as appropriate to me to ask, but, if people ask you the right to stay on this, if they ask you, the only reason you've been given this position is because of religion, and if you didn't have religion,
with spark plugs, an air filter, oil that needs to be changed. There's a lot of maintenance you can do yourself still, but they also have parts that
First pickup here, it's only $4, but I'm just gonna take it because I haven't got anything yet. Being nice today. But I still got Uber on. Even though I don't know if it'll be anything better.
$300 plugs. You need $1,000 plus electrical tools and years of knowledge and experience. But luckily, all the high voltage ones have different colored wires. My advice is on your particular hybrid car. Find out which color thick wires are the high voltage ones and stay as far away from them as possible. So if you don't want to buy all this expensive equipment and heavy-duty gloves, at least you work on half of your hybrid car. The gasoline half. Now working on an old car like the Soldier is pretty easy. Here's what you want to look for in a Toyota Camry used. Now this 2006 has the infamous four-cylinder engine known for burning oil, but this one doesn't burn oil because it's the second engine in the car. It had the junkyard blue paint showing it was a used engine. Now the owner got lucky because he didn't find that out until a year later. But it doesn't burn oil, so it's a good thing. So if you're going to use Camry, stick your finger in a tailpipe. If it's clean like this, just a little slip fine. But if it's oily, oil burner, don't buy it. So sure, Toyota Camrys, great used cars. If you know what you're looking for, here's what you want to look for. Hybrid cars, whether you should buy one or not. Now this is a non-hybrid Toyota Sienna. My son here in Tennessee has it. He gets about 18 miles a gallon in this thing. My other son has a Toyota Sienna van in Boston. He gets 37 miles a gallon. Big difference. Now if you're going to buy a hybrid, you got to get a quality one. As far as I'm concerned, Toyota makes the best one. Realize you get a lot of that better gas mileage, but in the case of the Siennas, the hybrid one is about 20 grand more than the non-hybrid. So to break even, you got to be driving a lot of miles. If you don't drive that many miles, probably stupid to buy a hybrid. But let's say you drive for Uber. Last time I went to Seattle, every Uber had a Toyota Prius that I rode in. Hybrid car.
Yep. Toyota Prius.
Why didn't you read the sign?
No parking Saturday.
Rev up your engine! Today I'm going to talk about what you should know if you're going to buy a Toyota Prius. Now anybody who knows me and has been watching me for a while knows I'm not a big fan of hybrid cars because they cost a lot more to buy and they cost a whole lot more to fix when they break down. But if you're really into hybrids, the Toyota Prius is the one to buy. They've been making these things now more than 20 years. And this particular one is 9 years old, has 110,000 miles on it, and really has had very little problems at all. I just finished a brake job on this one. It's the first time it's had to have the brake pads replaced. Realize, since this is a hybrid car, when you brake normally, a lot of that energy, instead of being wasted and turned into heat by the normal brake rotors and pads, it uses the system inside to regenerate power, to make electricity, charge the big old battery in the trunk, so then when you take off, it can reuse that energy to make the car go. Consequently, if you don't drive like a maniac, these brake pads are going to last a long time. These particular ones lasted 110,000 miles before they wore out for the first time. Now, if you do a lot of in-town stop and go driving, these things get phenomenal gas mileage. They actually get much better gas mileage stop and go in town than they do on the highway. Because on the highway, they don't regenerate anything. You're going 60 miles an hour, you're going 60 miles an hour. Now they do use what's called an Atkinson cycle engine. It's still a 4-stroke gasoline internal combustion engine. It's a different design. It's more efficient than ones that have regular cams in them. They do have less power, but when you're cruising at 60 miles an hour,
you really don't care about power. It just needs a certain amount of horsepower to run itself and no more. So granted, it still gets good gas mileage on the highway, but it gets much better gas mileage in stop and go traffic. So guys that are Uber drivers, taxi drivers, they love these things. Now, if you're the type of guy that buys them brand new, you don't mind the price, go right ahead. They're very dependable. Buying a used one, especially with higher mileage, is a big gamble because eventually the battery packs in the back wear out. It costs thousands of dollars to replace them with a brand new one. And yes, there are rebuilt or refurbished ones you can get. Since they're a bunch of little batteries all connected together, when they do go bad, some of the little cells go bad. There's machines that can test them, very expensive, time consuming. And if you find the ones that are bad, you replace them. But they generally go bad when they're 7 to 12 years old. If you're replacing some of the bad ones, the old cells are all 7 to 12 years old. Guess what? They're not going to last forever. Put in these reconditioned batteries, maybe they'll last a year or two. But that kind of stinks when you think about it, because if the original battery went 7 to 12 years, 1 to 2 years isn't that good. If you really want to keep one and it needs a battery, my advice is buy a new battery. Don't buy one of these reconditioned ones. They just don't seem to hold up over time. But my main warning about buying a used one is this. There's a generator inside here. These cars don't have alternators on it. Let's say the alternator went bad on my old Celica. It takes me 15 minutes to change the alternator. Costs me maybe $150 for a good alternator, and away I go. But on the Prius, in order to replace it, you got to pull the engine and transmission out of the unit, take it apart, buy a really expensive generator assembly, put it back together. Last time I priced that out, it was about a $6,000 job.
We are
And I had a
audio and video
customer with
recording
one,
this ride for
the
your
generator went bad. So I told her, so when your generator's bad, you know, it's not worth fixing. I explained how the system worked, and that it was about a $6,000 job. But I said, you didn't buy it new, you bought it used, didn't you? And she said, yeah, I bought it used. And they took her for a ride. It had like 150,000 miles on it, and she'd paid like $9,500. And about a month previous to this, I had a customer sell his 10-year-old Prius that only had 100,000 miles on it, and he sold it for $1,800. So she way overpaid for the stupid car used. She didn't believe me, so I said, well, like I said, I didn't charge her anything. I said, go to a Toyota dealer. They're going to tell you the same thing. So she did, and they told her the same thing. It does cost $6,000 to fix it, but we'll take it off your hands and we'll recycle it, which is better for the environment. They didn't offer any money for the car. I mean, I couldn't believe that one. I called up about 10 Toyota dealers nationwide and said, I got this 10-year-old Prius. Do you buy used Priuses? And they said, sure. But then I said, well, you know, it needs a generator. Every single one of them said, no, we don't want it, and they hung up. They knew that the repair was much more than the vehicle was worth. So if you're feeling in a gambling mood, you want to buy a used Prius, go right ahead. If it runs good, take it to a mechanic like me to check it out. Just don't pay much money for it. Because in the real world, when they're 10 years or older, they're worth practically nothing. But like I said, if you can afford to buy one new, if you want to get a hybrid car, the Prius is definitely the one to buy. If you're into electronics, I got every gizmo on earth that you'd ever want. I got all kinds of electronic gizmos you can play with. Look at regenerating electricity. The new ones like this have electric mode, economy mode, power mode. You can play around to your heart's content with these things. Around, I got lots of room. Even the back seat's pretty big on these things. If you're really into science, look at this stuff. Your kids will get a kick out of it. It's got the speak mode. You can talk to it. All kinds of stuff on it. And yeah, it's a Toyota. So this thing may be 9 years old, have 110,000 miles on it, but really, everything still works on it. This isn't like a GM where the electronics go haywire when it gets old. So if you're thinking about buying a Toyota Prius, now you know a little bit more about them, so you can make a wise, informed decision. So if you never want to miss another one of my new car repair videos, remember to ring that bell.
Experience the city with Carson E-Jest. Feel the enthusiasm.
Listening to you on a regular basis.
And
sorry if the signal cuts out I don't know if it did or not,
No,
but
it didn't. Are you doing the silent prayer every morning, every night?
yeah,
And are you practicing staying present at all times?
it's really hard, but I'm trying my best. Yeah,
And why is it hard? What's hard about staying present?
because there's numerous things right now that I'm busy, and yeah, there's a lot of expectations that I have for myself, sort of, and yeah, that kind of gets in the way of what's present in the now, I guess. And it's just like I can't
I don't know where this
imagine
person is.
a future where I can't.
I
Get
don't
what,
see
what
the
I
address of
can't
the
get to
apartment.
do what I want to do, and I'm deathly afraid of that.
And why? What? I don't know. What is it that you want to do that you can't do and stay present?
Yeah, well, networking for a certain industry or that I'm interested in, for instance.
But why can't you just do that? Because there's nothing wrong with that. It's practical to have a job and try to, make money on your job and do well on the job. Well, what does that have to do with you staying present?
I don't really. I don't know what it has to do with it. Am I? Do you think? Am I talking in circles or not making sense or what?
What does that have to do with you staying present? You should work. You should work. You should take care of yourself. God made it possible for you to know how to work, provide a roof over your head, buy food, get a car, do your material things like that. But
Right.
what does that have to do?
Good afternoon.
Because while you're working, you're going to be working. So your mind is on your
But
job.
I'll let you go.
But
I'm
when you
gonna
lay
call
down,
you.
why not come back to present? Being present.
Okay, I can see where you're coming from now. Because it's always this reoccurring thing where it's like, oh, I could have been this by now if I didn't fuck up here. Sorry, excuse my language. If I didn't mess up here, if I didn't do this or I didn't do that, I would have been here already. And I'm here right now. So, and that's maybe what's interfering with being present. So.
Why don't you stop being so ambitious? Why don't you lay that down and just simply live your life?
Yeah, this is a point of contention, I think, because it's like others have said. It's like I don't want to live a boring life, and I know you're going to go against that, but not against it.
I'm not going against it. You can live this ambitious life and suffer. Ambitious people are evil people. They're desperate.
Right.
So why don't you just do your best at work? Don't compare yourself to anyone. Try not to be like anyone else, and just live a simple life rather than this
Right.
ambitious
Fine.
life. Because
You mean like not ever not ever making a certain amount or not ever doing a certain thing or like doing a certain industry or not ever,
how are you coming up with that?
No, okay, fine. I'll back off then. I'm sorry.
If you continue to be ambitious, you're going to end up in the same ditch that the people who are talking about you, the people who you're trying to please, the people who pretend to be your friends, the woman you marry who pretend to love you, you're going to end up in the same ditch that they're in because they're ambitious too. They're all ego. They don't care about anyone but themselves.
Right, they flip their mama's throat for a nickel.
And that's what you're going to do if you continue to be ambitious.
Right. Okay.
Why not drop being ambitious and just live a simple life? Get up and go to work, do your best at work. Don't identify with your job. Don't call it you. Don't try to have as much money as anyone else. You have the money you need to buy some food, to buy a car, to buy a house if you want, and just simply live your life and let the world go by.
Right.
and stay out of your imagination. Why do you still trust thoughts?
Right.
No, there was a question.
No, why don't I stay out of my imagination?
Yeah, why do you still trust thought over reality?
Yeah, because it's a delusional. I have this delusion that I'm steering my own ship if I think about stuff, or that I'm secretly really smart. It's like the fallen prince sort of thing, where it's not necessarily me, but certain, it's like people think that they're smarter, or Dunning-Kruger effect, or whatever, that they think they're smarter than they actually are, but they're actually messing themselves up further if they think too much.
And that's what you're thinking, that you're smarter than everybody?
No, I'm not saying that directly. I'm saying it makes. It's like I don't really think that, but I don't think over people, but I think that I'm actually like really talented to make up for my own mishaps or whatever.
But smart people do not pretend that they're thinking for themselves. Smart people stop thinking and they live in reality and let life happen for them.
Right, yeah.
Instead of living in an illusion of their imagination. So here's what I gotta run, but here's what I recommend. You stay with the silent prayer. You practice being present.
We are audio and
You go
video
to work and do
recording this
your
ride
work.
for your safety.
Focus on your work while you're working. And just start living your life. If when you're talking to your father or anyone, if you don't want to talk, just stop talking. You're not obligated to have a conversation with anyone that you don't want to have it with. You don't have to talk. You don't owe them that at all. You gotta take control of you, your own life. You gotta become one with you if you want to be free in this world. You can have perfect peace in this world, but you gotta take control of you. You cannot be concerned about what other people think or say. They're not for you, they're against you. That's why they're talking about you.
Exactly.
And why do you care knowing that they're not doing it out of love? They're not doing it because they care. Their hearts are wicked. So why would you even think about that? You shouldn't even think of those things at all.
Okay. You want me to answer that or no? You gotta go.
Give me a short answer.
It's the whole thing. It's the principle. If you're a politician, you want people to vote for you. It's that sort of thing. It's like I want.
But the politicians lie to you, and so you can vote for them. It's not that they love
Right.
Those two white trucks.
Right.
Sure.
Exactly. They're just using people anyways. But I use them as an example. Yeah.
Right on. So stop. Let those thoughts pass about
Take care. Have a good one.
anything, other people or whatever, right? And just don't be angry. And when you speak to your father or anyone, don't be mad because they have their own ideas, whatever they are. And if you don't want to speak, just don't talk about it.
All right, so just completed our first ride for today. It's $4. Now we're headed to this organized trip on
You don't owe
Uber.
the person a smile just because they're smiling at you. You don't have to smile back.
I know better. Yeah.
All right?
All right. Thanks, Jesse.
Work on you, Sean, and forget about the world.
Got it. Thank you.
All right, buddy. Bye. 888-775-3773. Jaden from...
I'm gonna end the live here, and then we'll start a new one.
Show you on the air.
See you guys in this one.
Hey, Jaden.